everyone, it's me, JayskiBean, and welcome back to It Moves. It's an indie horror game made with the RPG Maker engine, and it's based on a creepypasta, and it's starting to get real, as you can see. If you haven't seen the first episode, go back and watch that, because it's really important. Oh, is it a loopy-loop? Are we walking in a loopy-loopski? I think we are. Oh boy, it just got real dark. Oh, hey, mister, your eyes are a huge skull. Yeah, I see, with horns and stuff. This is a bad dream right here. So anyway, last episode we heard something underneath our bed, like, because we sleep on the top bunk, we heard something in the bottom bunk rustling around, and it got really, really angry when we called for mom. So we didn't object to going to bed the next night, blah, 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 and now I think it's attacking. Oh yeah. What is this? Whoa. Okay. A picture of some kind of green landscape. The picture is too bad shape to make out any details. This is intense. Okay, so are we back in the maze? We're like, it's like some sort of, is that footsteps? Okay, this is like some sort of industrial facility. It's like a big power plant or something of some sort. But everything in this game has like the same feel to it. It's got that rustic looking. And why did some kind of altar. So why did I spawn in a pentagram? No, I mean, I guess it's a dream, but what kind of stuff has this kid been watching to have dreams like this? This is redonk. Okay, so anything looks almost like the lights on the runway airports. Something's gonna land there then, huh? Is that what you're trying to say? Maybe, I don't know. Alright, well, onward, soldier on. Some kind of machine. It says hello. Hello! How are you? I'm just passing through. Hey, a switch! I'm not sure what the switch did, but I'm gonna look up here. Is there anything here? No? I guess there's nothing up there. Alright, so I hit the switch with the blood coming from it. Still the same machine. Okay. Well, I'm gonna go this way. Maybe it opened some doors. Probably did. Oh, hey! Another machine. Is there another switch too? I have no idea. Let's go this. Whoa, hey. Creep, you are, what? How are you? Oh, I'm good, how are you? You're a little like, I don't know, you're creeping me a little bit, but not like insanely too much. Like, it's not rude, you're not being rude. Don't take it like I'm telling you you're being rude, because you're fine, you're a good guy, it seems like. You know, I'm not really too worried about it. Let's go back to how are you? How are you? Oh, that's a switch! Oh, I did not see that. Okay. Maybe it was right here. Let's see. Yep, it was this one. Oh, hey! A creepy mask. Oh, that's all it was? It was just a mask? Whoa, stay! I actually like that music. Is that the creepy mask? Oh, that's cool. I like that. I like the little grin it did at the end. So can I have it? Can I have you? A creepy mask. So it flew off the wall at me. I don't really care. That's fine. You think that phases me? It doesn't phase me. I am the fearless JayskiBean. You cannot make me scared. You thought you could, but you can't. You try all the jump scares you want, boy. You can't make me scared. Oh, gotta go. Oh, hey, hey, hey! I see you. Why do you got a bag on your head? You're like Jack Skellington, but with just a sack on your face. I don't know. Everything's like whirring to life in here too. Oh, there we go. Ba-bow! Ew, ew, blood! There's red liquid pouring out. Yeah, it's blood. In case I'm just gonna keep going this way. I feel like this is the way to go. I keep hearing that squeaky noise. It reminds me a lot of Five Nights at Freddy's. Like the in-between the nights on, I think it's FNAF 2 where it does it. like when you're inside the machine or whatever, in between the nights and stuff. And I'll like, hey, he's still there. Hey, body. So if he's down there, that means he can't get me up to. Oh, let's go. No, it's just steam. Oh, ew. Okay, I'm gonna hit the switch. Whoa. Woo! Are you alive? Are you alive? Aww. I guess he is. Because obviously the gate's down there. This guy right here, Bow. What's over here? Nothing. Okay, so nothing's gonna happen there then. Okay, so that's the only one who didn't have any kind of effect anywhere. Okay, that's fine. Totally fine. Not everything can be exciting. We can have some boring stuff. Oh, he's gone now. What do you know? Boop. That must have been the main switch. Okay, let's see what happens. Let's see if there's anything up here. There probably is. Probably the Mosner. It's oh, hey. Hey, you. Oh, are you taking my soul? It's funny how certain words can remain hidden from your mind, no matter how blatant or obvious they are. One word came to me that night, lying there in the darkness alone, frightened, aware of the rotting change in the atmosphere, the thickening of the air as if something had displaced it. As I heard the first casual twists of the bed sheets below, the first anxious increase in my heartbeat was the realization that something was once again in the bottom bunk. That word, a word which had been sent into the exile, filtered up through my consciousness, breaking free of all repression, gasping for air, screaming, etching, and carving itself into my mind. Ghost. As this thought came to me, I noticed that my unwelcome visitor had ceased moving. The bedsheets lay calm and dormant, but they had been replaced by something far more hideous. A slow, rhythmic, rasping breath heaved and escaped from the thing below. I can imagine its chest rising and falling with each sordid, wheezing, and garbled breath. I shuddered and hoped beyond all hope that it would leave without occurrence. The house lay as it had the previous night, in a thick blanket of darkness. Silence prevailed, but all for the perverted breath of my as yet unseen bunkmate. I lay there terrified. I just wanted this thing to go, to leave me alone. What did it want? Then something unmistakably chilling transpired. It moved in a way different from before. When it threw itself around in the bottom bunk, it seemed unrestrained, without purpose, almost animalistic. For that thing lying there in the darkness, that thing which seemed intent on terrorizing a young boy, calmly and nonchalantly sat up. Its labored breathing had become louder. Now only a mattress and a few flimsy wooden slats separated my body from the unearthly breath below. I lay there, my eyes filled with tears. A fear which mere words cannot relate to you or anyone else coursed through my veins. I would not have believed that this fear could have been heightened, but I was so wrong. I imagined what this thing would look like, sitting there listening from below my mattress, hoping to catch the slightest hint that I was awake. Imagination then turned to an unnerving reality. It began to touch the wooden slats which my mattress sat on. It seemed to caress them carefully, running what I imagined to be fingers and hands across the surface of the wood. And then with great force it prodded angrily between the two slats into the mattress. Even though the padding, it felt someone has viciously stuck their fingers into my side. I let out an almighty cry and wheezing, shaking, and the moving thing in the bunk below replied in kind by violently vibrating the bunk as it had the night before. Small flakes of paint powdered onto my blanket from the wall as the frame of the bed scraped along it backwards and forwards. Once again I was bathed in light, and there stood my mother, loving, caring as she always was, with a comforting hug and calming words which eventually subdued my hysteria. Of course she asked what was wrong, but I could not say, I dared not say. I simply said one word over and over and over again. Nightmare. Nightmare, nightmare, nightmare. This pattern of events continued for weeks, if not months. Night after night I would awaken to the sound of rustling sheets. Each time I would scream so as not to provide this abomination with time to prod and feel for me. With each cry the bed would shake violently, stopping with the arrival of my mother, who would spend the rest of the night in the bottom bunk, seemingly unaware of the sinister force torturing her sons nightly. Along the way I managed to feign illness a few times to come up with her less than truthful reasons for sleeping in my parents' bed. But more often than not, I would be alone for the first few hours of each night in that place. The room where the light from outside did not sit right, alone with that thing. With time, you can become desensitized to almost anything, no matter how horrific. I had come to realize that for whatever reason, this thing could not harm me when my mother was present. I'm sure the same would have been said for my father, but as long as he was, waking him from sleep was almost impossible. Waking me, on the other hand, was no trouble at all, thanks to the nightmares. Was that it? Chapter 4, Anger Overload. Oh, there's more! There's more! Oh, this is so good! The story is so good in this game! Okay, so we're in another dream. Save. Yes, definitely. Oh, this is awesome. What is that? A hook hangs from the wall. A piece of meat hangs dry from it. Oh, this thing is pissed. Earthquake? No! Oh, this is so well done. Alright, this is one of my favorites. This is easily one of my favorites now. Alright, what's this? The painted glass depicts a scene from the Bible. Yeah, and there's like red light shining in from it. Onward. Yeah, this is really good. Oh, it's a spider thing again. Hey. Hey, spider thing. Oh, whoa. Whoa. This is awesome. Another one. Another earthquake. It's the end of the world, my friend. This is it. Oh, dude. It's a big pool, but I'd rather not use it. Is it because there's a giant floating head in it? This music is real, too. Looks like a map. Does it? What's that sound? Oh, there's hanging cats from the sea. Oh, dude, that's crazy. What's that? Why am I locked? Why am I locked in? What's gonna happen? Is anything gonna happen? Oh, it's just an earthquake! Oh, nasty noise. Oh, what is going on? Okay. The darkness. Okay. Oh, what is that? Oh, that's creepy. Those are all like dolls. I'm just gonna keep trucking on. They're not closing anymore. Are they all closed already? Is that why? Oh, that crying is getting louder. Oh my god, it's so bad. Oh boy. Ah. Yeah. Oh, this is real. Oh, this is like all sound now. Whoa! Okay! No! Oh no! Oh, the babies! The baby! Oh, and babies attack! Chew! My greatest fears were realized in the winter. The days grew short, and the longer nights merely provided this wretch with more opportunities. It was a difficult time for my family. My grandmother, a wonderfully kind and gentle woman, had deteriorated greatly since the death of my grandfather. My mother was trying her best to keep her in the community as long as possible. This is crazy how it's showing his mom go in and out of the room over and over again to depict all the nights that he has these nightmares. Every single night. That's crazy. Nightmares like this every single night. However, dementia is a cruel and degenerative illness, robbing a person of their memories one day at a time. Soon she recognized none of us, and it became clear that she would need to be moved from her house into a nursing home. Before she could be moved, my grandmother had a particularly difficult few nights, and my mother decided that she would stay with her. As much as I loved my grandmother and felt nothing but anguish at her illness, to this day I feel guilty that my first thoughts were not of her, but of what my nightly visitor may do should it become aware of my mother's absence. Her presence being one thing which I was sure was protecting me from the full horror of this thing's reach. I rushed home from school that day and immediately wrenched at the bed sheets and the mattress from the lower bunk, removing all the slats and replacing an old desk, a chest of drawers, and some chairs we kept in a cupboard where the bottom bunk used to be. I told my father I was making an office, which he found adorable, but I would be damned if I would give the thing a place to sleep for one more night. As darkness approached, I lay there knowing my mother was not in the house. I didn't know what to do. My only impulse was to sneak to her jewelry box and take a small family crucifix, which I had seen there before. While my family were not very religious, at that age I still believed in God and hoped that somehow this would protect me. Although fearful and anxious, while gripping the crucifix under my pillow tightly in one hand, sleep eventually came, and I was drifted off into dream. I hoped that I would awaken the next morning without indifference, or whatever that word was, something. Unfortunately, that night was the most terrifying of all. Oh, another one. Oh man, this is gonna be bad. The last one was bad. Oh, this is gonna be really bad. Chapter 5, Urban Explorer. And he said this is the worst night of them all, and we've had some bad nights so far. Okay. Save? Yes. It says woof. It does? Why is there a zombie on it? Okay, let's go. Let's explore. The feeling that something's invading your privacy, even without ill will, is still disturbing. Yes. Party time! Well, what are you waiting for? Let's follow this thing. Let's go! Hey, I'ma follow you, buckaroo. I'm not even interested in anything else but you. I just want to find out what you are. Is that the monster then? Alright, buddy. Don't be mad at me, but I've got to find you. It's like one big maze. It's just repeating itself. So what do? It's gonna be okay. Oh, okay, here we go. Yeah, we have not been here yet. Don't try me. I can outgrow you any day, bub. You don't want this. It kind of reminds me of the last boss in that Bloodborne DLC, Orphan of Kos. If you guys haven't seen it or heard of it, look up gameplay on him. He literally screams like that the entire fight. It's ridiculous. So yeah, that's what this reminds me of. Hehehehe. Oh! Hey everybody! It's a bunch of them. So am I just gonna lay in bed? Okay, that doesn't look as scary. They're all like goblins though. I don't know, we'll see what happens. They're like fish people? Looking things? I don't know. Okay. Got torn limb from limb. That's crazy. That's crazy insane. If you insist. You're awfully quiet nowadays. Is there something wrong, son? Nothing. Are you sure? Is there something wrong with your new room? Are you lonely without your brother? No. Alright then. Okay. Are you sure? I woke gradually. The room was once again dark. As my eyes adjusted, I could gradually make out the windows and the door, and the walls and some toys on the shelf, and even to this day I shudder to think of it, but there was no noise. No rustling of sheets, no movement at all. The room felt lifeless yet not empty. The nightly visitor, that unwelcome, wheezing, hate-filled thing which had terrorized me night after night, was not in the bottom bunk, it was in my bed. I opened my mouth to scream, but nothing came out. Utter terror had shaken the very sound from my voice. I lay motionless. If I could not scream, I did not want to let it know that I was awake. I had not yet seen it, I could only feel it. It was obscured under my blanket. I could see its outline and I could feel its presence, but I dared not look. The weight of it pressed down on top of me, a sensation I will never forget. When I say that hours passed, I do not exaggerate. Laying there motionless in the darkness, I was every bit scared and frightened young boy. If it had been during the summer months, it would have been light by then. But the grasp of winter is long and unrelenting, and I knew that it would be hours before sunrise, a sunrise which I yearned for. I was a timid child by nature, but I reached a breaking point, the moment where I could not wait no more, where I could survive under this intimately deviant abomination no more. Fear can sometimes wear you out, make you threadbare, a shell of nerves, leaving only the slightest trace of you behind. I had to get out of bed. Then I remembered the crucifix. My hand still lay underneath the pillow, but it was empty. I slowly moved my wrist around to find it, minimizing as best I could the sound and vibrations caused, but could not be found. I had either knocked it out from the top bunk or it had, I cannot even bear to think of it, taken from my hand. Without the crucifix, I lost any sense of hope. Even at such a young age, you could be acutely aware of what death is and intensely frightened of it. I knew I was going to die in that bed if I lay there dormant, passive, doing nothing. I had to leave that room behind, but how? Should I leap out of bed and hope that I make it out the door? What if it's faster than me? Or should I slowly slip out of that top bunk, hoping to not disturb my uncanny bedfellow? Realizing that I had not stirred when I moved, trying to find the crucifix, I began to have the strangest of thoughts. Chapter 6, The Abyss. Ooh. Save, yes. Alright guys, I'm about to finish the episode off here. Again! Wow, this is looking like a 3-parter now. I really hope this last part isn't like crazy long. But this is really getting intense. It's getting real intense. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys did enjoy, make sure you slap that like button underneath the video. And until next time, I'll see you guys later.